All right. Hey, everyone. So let's try this again. Let me get where I can see me. There we go. Okay, so I'm on a couple minutes early. Shocking, shocking, I know. It keeps giving me a view of my street, and I wish that it would stop. Maybe you have a view of my street now, too. See all those cars driving by? Those people need to go home. Okay, so hopefully I am streaming to the right place. Let me find my phone. Let's see. Where am I streaming to? Am I streaming to my regular Facebook again? Nope. Okay. Cool. I see me now. So I'm just going to give everybody a few minutes to come on. So if you did this morning's class, don't worry, this won't be the exact same one. We're going to do some stuff for upper body strength. And again, you can use a pillow, you can use a block, maybe a strap, whatever you feel like you need for class. I got one person on here, but I don't know who you are. So again, it only tells me who's viewing if you are one of my Facebook friends. So if you're on here and you want to say hello so I know who I am talking to, that would be cool. Maybe I should turn my volume down on my phone so that it doesn't go up. So can I? This is all new here. All right. Hello, Vera. Let's see if I can make this bigger. I don't think I can. So I'm just going to do a couple more minutes because it's just now 2 o'clock. This is going to be great and awkward. It's me sitting here from when I finally figure out how to get these to post up on YouTube. So just taking a minute if you need to get some water, get whatever props you need, get your mat set up. I got mine back there. Give me a little hey when you get logged on. Oh, I got tape over here. You should see the ridiculous setup I tried yesterday, but I think I got it good now. Let me see if I can see my whole body standing back here. Woo, woo, look at that. Whole body. Look at all this space you can see in front of me. Okay. So I'm going to find my way onto my mat. I'm going to find my water. And then I'm going to come to seated. So finding your way into a nice comfortable seat. Take a moment here. Shake out through your shoulders. Maybe move around a little bit. Just seeing how it feels through your hips. Just going to move this stuff over here because it's distracting me. My blanket with my foam roller. Okay. So, again, finding yourself down onto the floor, we're just going to start by taking a long, deep breath in, lengthen as tall as you can, bring your palms together, exhale the hands down to your heart center. Take a moment, set an intention for your practice. So this morning I set my intention to be that I was going to get through this day of homeschooling without losing my mind. I think I've gotten through that. We did all of the stuff that we needed to do. So now I'm going to set my intention to be that I'm going to take a little bit more time to be in the present moment. Yeah, so I think that's a pretty good one. So just repeating whatever it is that you find in your mind a couple of times. Taking a moment, see if you are holding tension in your shoulders and your jaw. Try to just let them be relaxed. If you don't like sitting cross-legged, you don't have to. Take 1 or 2 more breaths here. I'm just going to adjust my computer a little tiny bit because I feel like you're just looking at my couch. It's a beautiful couch, but give me more space. There, that's a little better. Okay, so when you're ready, we're going to lengthen the arms up above the head, reach as tall as you can, deep inhale, and as you exhale, let's fold forward. Hands on the floor, let your chin drop down to your chest. And then on your inhale, lengthening all the way up again. Reach really tall. See if you can spread your fingertips really wide. As you exhale, we're going to open up through the chest, elbows bent. Try to send your shoulder blades towards each other. Inhale, lengthen up again. And as you exhale, open up. So if you didn't join right away when I came on earlier, we're going to do some upper body. So strengthening through the arms. So let's open all those places up first. Inhaling up, exhale, open. One more time, lengthening up. Exhale, opening. And then we're going to inhale up and we're going to take the right hand down. That's my left hand. We're going to take our right hand down. Don't take it all the way to the floor. We're going to let it hover. Pull your fingertips back and your left hand's going to come on your head. We're going to let the ear drop over. Try to press the heel of your hand out and spread your fingertips really wide. Try to release your shoulders away from your ears. Find where you feel the stretch. So if your hand's all the way down on the ground, you might feel it okay, but if you bring it too high, it might not feel like anything. So find a place where maybe you can feel it all the way into your hand. And then we're going to inhale, lengthen up, bring your head back to center. We'll do the other side. So left hand down, spread your fingers wide. Just bring your ear over towards your shoulder and try to find where you can feel the stretch. So spread your fingers wide, pull the fingertips back towards your forearm. See if you can relax here and just see where the stretch feels really good. So if you bring your arm too high, you might not feel anything. On your next inhale, reach the arms up, lengthening. As you exhale, we're going to take the fingertips down to the floor behind us. Coming onto the fingertips, reach your chest up. And then we're going to inhale the arms up again. And exhale, bring them down in front of you, making a 90-degree angle with the elbows. So you have your hands facing each other. Inhaling to lengthen up. And exhale, squeeze them down, keeping your shoulders wide. We'll do 2 more like that. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. And the reason that I'm staying turned to the side here is we're going to inhale up, take the hands back behind you. Maybe just grab hold of your opposite forearms, or maybe you can clasp your hands. And we're going to reach the chest up and reach the arms away. See if you can let your shoulders relax down. So if you're up here, that's okay. And then on your next inhale, reach the arms up above the head. As you exhale, we're going to fold forward again. So just taking yourself down, let your head relax. And then inhale to come all the way up. And we're going to make our way over to all fours. So spread your fingertips wide. Pull your belly in. Start to move through cat and cow. Chest forward, tailbone up. And then reach your back towards the ceiling. Pull your belly in. One more like that. And then find your way back into center. We're going to take the hands just a little bit further forward. Turn your elbows so they're facing back towards your legs. You want to keep the hands shoulder width apart. We're just going to lower down onto the forearms, press into your fingertips, and lift back up. So just lowering down and lifting. few more times like this. Try to keep your belly pulled in. And then the next time that you come down, we're gonna hold there and see if you can kind of cat-cow here. So reaching the back up towards the ceiling, maybe letting your head drop down. Keep those shoulders wide, press into your forearms. And when you're ready, inhale, see if you can bring the chest forward, roll your shoulders back. Exhale, pressing down. Inhale, coming back to center. One more time like that. Lift your back as high as you can. And then take the chest forward. And we'll inhale to come back up. We're going to slide down onto our bellies. You're going to take your hands wide. Press your pelvis into the floor. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, just lift your chest a little bit. So you don't want to get a crunch in your low back. We're just coming up. See if you can roll your shoulders back. Holding here. See if you can look over one shoulder. And back to center. And over the other. Come back in. We're going to lower all the way down. Tops of the hands on the floor behind you. Press your pelvis into the floor. Press the tops of your feet in really strongly. And we're going to inhale just the chest up. Maybe you can bring your arms up. Try to squeeze your shoulders down towards your hips. Don't forget to breathe. And then as you exhale, lower back down. Hands right under your shoulders. We're just going to press back up and find your way back into child's pose. Reach the arms long. So holding here in child's pose, I'm going to turn to face the camera so you can see. We're going to walk the hands over towards the left. Bring the left or the right hand on top. Send your right hip back. Find that long side stretch. And then moving all the way over to the other side. Send your left hip back, left hand's on top. Get that long side stretch. And then coming back to center. Lift your way up. We're going to find our way to downward facing dog. So tuck your toes under. Spread your hands wide, press into them, press your chest back, and then the hips up. Keep the knees bent as much as you need to. You can start to pedal out the legs. And try to imagine like we did at the beginning where we were making that kind of 90-degree angle shape with the arms. So your elbows are pressing back. You're trying to get wide through your shoulders. Pedaling the legs a couple of times. And then looking forward, walk yourself to the top of the mat. We're going to come halfway up, roll your shoulders back, send your inner thighs back, pull your belly in. As you exhale, bend the knees enough so that your belly and thighs can come towards each other. Grab hold of your opposite elbows. Stick your head through. Rock around. And then when you're ready, we're going to release. Roll all the way up, lengthening up towards the ceiling. We're going to do like we did on the floor, hands down behind you, clasping your hands, or you can take your thumbs, so they're just locked, or you can grab opposite forearms or opposite wrists. And we're going to inhale, lengthen the chest up, opening up as big as you can, and then bend your knees. Send your belly down towards your thighs. See if you can let your arms relax away from you. So maybe you're not coming very far here. Maybe you need to bend your elbows and take your fists into your low back. Maybe you can let the arms reach away. And then on your exhale, we're going to release the arms down, roll all the way up. Take the arms out and up, palms facing each other. Squeeze them down. So find where you feel that widening through your back. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, squeeze down. Inhale up. Exhale, squeeze down. That widening through the back, you want to feel that in your downward facing dog, and later definitely feeling it in dolphin pose. One more time, lengthening up. Exhale, squeezing it down, and then we'll inhale, lengthen up, and exhale, bend at the knees. Find your way into a forward fold. Come halfway up, lengthen your spine, and as you exhale, plant your hands. Step your way back. We're going to come onto the knees. You're going to point your elbows back. We're going to keep our booty up in the air, and we're going to just bring the chest and chin down. So you got a nice inchworm here. If you can, slide your legs back and reach just the chest up. Exhale to come down. Find your way through all fours, and then to downward facing dog. Pedal your legs here. So we're going to do a little bit of a down dog press up. So you're going to turn your fingertips towards each other. Take a look at me if you need to. You're not shifting forward towards a plank. You're keeping your chest really far back. Just bend the elbows so your head's coming towards the floor, and then press. And we're going to do 4 of those, so 3 more. Lowering and lift. Last time here. And then straightening those hands out, we're going to reach the right leg high. As you exhale, step the foot all the way up. Back foot flat, find your way to warrior 1. Lengthen all the way up. Squeeze your back hip forward. See if you can tilt your pelvis. As you exhale, take the hands down behind you, clasping, or grab hold of opposite elbows. We're going to reach our chest. And then find your way into that humble warrior. So shoulder down to the knee. Maybe you can let your arms reach. On your next inhale, lengthen all the way up, press into the hand or press into the heel. Inhaling, we're going to do the same thing we did while we were seated. So we're going to lengthen the front leg straight. As you exhale, bring the arms out into those cactus arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, press into the heel. You should be able to move your toes. One more time here. And then as you lengthen up, inhale, turn your toes to the wide edges of your mat. And we're going to sink down into goddess, arms out to the sides, hold. So pull your belly in, get your spine nice and long, weights in the heels, you should be able to move your toes. If you can sink down lower, that's cool, but we're going to hold this, so maybe you don't want to do that. We're just going to take the palms that are facing up and face them down, and then up again. And we're just going to keep doing this until they start to burn. So long, deep breaths. I think we did this last week too. You can pulse them like I am, or you can just keep them still. Slow, long breaths. Maybe bring your mind back to that intention. Just a little longer here. You can straighten out your legs anytime. And then we're going to take our right hand, cartwheel it around towards the back of the mat, stepping back, holding a plank. So see, if you need to come onto your knees, do it. We don't want our hips dropping down. So if you're up on your toes and you get your hips like this, that's not a plank. Let's bring the hips high, but not sticking the booty in the air. Shoulders are over the wrists. Nice long line between the shoulders and heels. And then we'll come down to our knees. And just like before, chest and chin. Elbows are pointing straight back, your booty's in the air. And then reaching your legs back. Let's inhale the chest up. Oh, and exhale back into downward facing dog. Take a moment here, pedal your legs. And we'll do it all again. So we're going to start with those down dog press ups. Turning your fingertips towards each other, just 4. Keep your chest back, so you're doing this over your head rather than in front of your face. You're just lowering and lift. 2, 3, last one. Woo! And then reach the left leg high. Send the right heel down. And we'll step the foot all the way up, finding yourself into warrior one. So back foot is flat. We're going to bring that back hip forward. Squeeze the hips in. Inhale the arms up. And then exhale, take them down behind your back, clasping. You can hold hands, grab opposite elbows, lengthen your chest to start. And as you exhale, coming forward, holding here. You let your arms drop away. Vera, my arms are so sore from those push-ups yesterday. On your next inhale, we're going to inhale all the way up, lengthening. And just like before, we're going to reach that leg straight. And as you exhale, open up into that cactus shape. So squeezing your shoulder blades together, inhale up. Exhale, sink in. Press into your heel. Keep your belly pulled in. Notice at this side, maybe you don't have as much range of movement like me. Try to bring the elbows back behind you to where you can't see them. One more here, lengthening up. We'll turn our toes out to the corners and sink down, finding your way into that goddess. So this time, arms out to the sides. Turn your finger or your palms to face up, just like we did this morning. If you were with me this morning, we're gonna lift our heels off the ground. If you don't wanna do that, you can keep the heels down, okay? So squeeze, and then we're gonna pulse the arms up and down. Try to let your shoulders relax. Woo-hoo-hoo, it burns already. Just a little bit longer. Maybe you can sink lower. Ooh. And then we'll put those feet down, cartwheel that left arm around, step your way into a plank. So come to your knees if you need to. Pulling in through the belly. You can come up onto the toes if it feels good. Let's hold here. And then we'll come knees, chest and chin. Slide your legs back, inhale the chest up. And then exhale, finding your way back into a child's pose. So this time in your child's pose, if it feels good, you're gonna take your arms underneath you, palms facing up. Doesn't matter which arm's on top. Try to walk them away from each other. So we're stretching the outside of those shoulders. On your next inhale, slide the arms out and switch over. Coming back to center. We're going to reach the arms long. This time you're going to keep your hips right above your knees. So we're not coming back into child's pose. Some people tend to do that when they're moving into this. So the hips are staying up. Arms are going to reach as far forward as you can, and we're just going to start to sink the middle of your chest towards the floor. So you might not be able to get it down. You might only be able to come this high. You can bring your forehead to the floor, maybe your nose. Just see if you can start to sink down with that chest. We're going to hold wherever you are. On your next inhale, we're going to press up. Walk your hands back, tuck your toes, find downward facing dog, pedal the legs. Try to get wide through those shoulders, and we're going to send our chest back towards our thighs. So bending the knees as much as you need to. We're going to press as far back as we can, and then come back up. A couple more like that. Just try to press your chest back. Coming up, you might find you can't come very far. That's okay. One more time here. And then looking forward, we're going to walk our feet up to the top of our mat. Come halfway up, lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold down. And then roll all the way up, reaching to the ceiling. Hands, palms facing each other. We're going to bring them down to that 90-degree angle. Inhale up. Squeeze your glutes, pull your belly in. Exhale the arms down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more here. Exhale down. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale all the way into a fold. We'll come halfway up, reach the chest, and then planting your hands, we're going to step back in towards a plank, but come to your knees. We'll take chest and chin down, booty staying in the air. And then reach those legs back. Inhale the chest up. So maybe you can bring the hands up onto the fingertips, arms out in front of you, a little bit higher this time. Look over one shoulder. Back to center, and then the other. Back to center, lowering down. Hands are going to come down by the sides, press into the tops of the feet. Reaching your chest up, and if it feels good, hands too. So you're pressing into your pelvis, buns are squeezing, belly's pulling up. Maybe you can bring the arms higher, maybe you want to pulse them behind you. Don't forget to breathe here. Try to squeeze your shoulder blades towards your hips. And on your exhale, lower down. Hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to press up through all fours. Adjust your hands as you need to. Tuck your toes. Send your hips all the way up. Find downward facing dog. So we're going to start the same as we did before. This is our last standing sequence. So take your fingertips towards each other. Keeping your chest back so you're not shifting forward into like a weird down dog plank. You got our chest as far back as you can. Just bend the elbows a little and then press the floor away from you. So hopefully your lower body's not moving very much. Just 4. And then straighten your hands back out. We're going to reach our right leg high and step it all the way forward, finding warrior 2 this time. So back foot's planting down. Come all the way up. Make sure you're opening up this front knee. Pressing weight through that back leg, get really strong. Belly's pulled in, arms out to the sides. So we're going to start by lengthening up. And as you exhale, same as before, finding that cactus shape. Inhale up, exhale, sink down. Inhale, exhale. Now this time, if it feels good, we're going to bring the arms in front of us and then back open. So chest fly. See if you can let your elbows touch. Pull your belly in. Last time here. And then we're going to turn our back toes. So your left toes are pointing out to the corner. You're going to sink into like a side lunge here. Squeeze up through the quad on this right leg. And then if you've been in class with me in person before, you know I really love doing this. So we're going to spring off of this left leg to come to balancing on the right leg. So you can sweep up. We're going to come into tree pose. Or you can take a couple of hops and find your way up. So whatever you're doing, make your way there. Your toes can be on the ground. Try to open the knee up, squeeze your glutes. And if it feels good, you can move the leg higher. So I'm going to stay right here. Pull the belly in, and then we're going to stretch out through the arms. So you're going to take your right arm back behind your head. You can hold on, to your elbow. You can hold on to your shirt and take that left arm behind you, also holding onto the shirt. Or if you have the ability to bind, you can grab hold of the hand and then maybe lean towards that floating leg, belly pulled in. Try to reach your elbow up. Maybe your head wants to come down. Feel that stretch down your side. Feel the challenge of the balance. Don't forget to breathe. Oh, losing it. When you're ready, releasing the arms out. We're going to take this left leg, try to step it all the way back out. And then we're going to step all the way over and reach the arms up above the head. Same thing that we started with before. So bringing the elbows, 90-degree angle. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, take it down. Inhale up. Exhale it down. One more here. Exhale it down. And then we'll inhale, lengthen. Exhale all the way into a fold. Come halfway up, reach your spine long. And then exhale, folding down. Plant your hands, stepping into plank. And then we'll come down to our knees. Just chest and chin lowering, booties in the air. Swim your legs back. We're going to take the fingertips wide if it feels good, maybe out in front of you. Try to reach your low ribs towards the ground. Shoulder blades back, look over one shoulder. And then the other. And then back to center. We're going to lower down. Press your pelvis in, pull your belly up. Tops of the feet on the ground, tops of the hands on the ground. We'll reach the shoulders back. And if it feels good, hands can come up too. Don't let your low back crunch. So you're squeezing your booty towards the floor. Maybe you can come a little higher. Try to bring your shoulder blades towards your hips. You can pulse the arms, do whatever feels good. When you're ready, lowering down, hands underneath your shoulders, press yourself up. Tuck your toes, find your way to downward facing, and we'll take those down dog press ups. So fingertips towards each other. Keep your chest back as much as you can, so you're doing an overhead press here. Lowering and press to lift. Try to keep your hips back, chest back. One more. And then straighten the arms out, lifting up with that left leg. We'll step the foot forward, finding our way into Warrior Two. So trying to open up through this knee, press the back foot into the ground, press the heel into the floor, belly pulled in, arms out. We'll start with those cactus arms. So inhaling the arms up, exhale, open out. Inhale up, exhale, open. Keep pressing in the heel of that front leg, squeeze your glutes. This time, we're going to keep the arms in front of us. We're going to pull them together and squeeze them out. Try to bring your elbows to where you can't see them. See if you can bring the elbows to touch in front of you. Keep pressing into the heel. Last time here. And then we're going to just transition our weight so that it's in the right leg. You're in that side lunge. Press into the heel. Feel that stretch on the inside of the thigh. And then just like before, we're going to hop up onto the left leg. So you can do it in one swoop or you can take a couple of hops. But when you're ready, finding your way up. Woo! Maybe. Toe can be on the ground, or you can bring the leg higher. Squeeze your glutes. Try to use those glute muscles to open the knee out. And then we'll find that stretch with the arms. So belly pulled in, left arm up. I think I'm going to fall on this one. So hand right behind your head. You can grab hold of the elbow, holding here. Just like on the other side, you can grab hold of your shirt and bring your right arm down, holding your shirt behind your back. Or maybe you can take the bind with the hands, Holding there, and see if you can just lean a little bit towards that bent leg. Maybe let your head drop down. Oh my. Keep deep breathing here. Maybe bring your mind back to that intention that you set. You can see in the lighting, every time a car drives by my house, people are not staying home, obviously. When you're ready, coming up, release the arms. We're going to step that foot all the way back out. Whoop. And then this time, we're just going to step forward, find a forward fold. Shake your head yes and no. Wiggle out through your shoulders and hips. And then we'll come halfway up. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, folding down, plant your hands, stepping back, and we're going to come straight down onto our knees. See if you can come back into that playing puppy. So tops of the feet on the ground, hips are going to stay above the knees, arms reaching long. So get them as long as you can and keep them straight the whole time. We're just going to try to dip our chest towards the floor. Holding there. On your next inhale, pressing up. Walk your hands back. We'll take them just forward of all fours, elbows down to the ground like we were before. You can keep your hands flat or you can clasp them, whatever feels better for you. We're going to come to dolphin pose, so tuck your toes under. It's like down dog, but a little bit more challenging. So try to keep yourself wide through your shoulders, just like we did standing. Tuck your toes. See if you can send your hips up. So maybe it's not very far. Maybe it is. Pull your belly in, see if you can press your chest back. I'm going to adjust so that my hands are clasped because it's more comfortable. Maybe pedal your legs out. We're just going to hold here for 5 long breaths. When you're ready, slowly come back down. Maybe sitting on the heels, maybe not. If this feels okay, you can. Shaking out through the shoulders. So we're going to do similar this time. We're going to do something similar, but this time we're going to kind of bring a shoulder strengthening into it. So you're going to bring your hands together like we had it before. And then, so you have your head like this. And we're going to shift forward, try to tap your chin onto your thumbs, and then shift back. So that probably makes no sense at all with me doing it right here, so I'll show you from dolphin pose. So bending your knees as much as you need to. You can just have them hovering off the ground if you need to. You're going to look forward, you'll shift, and then press into your forearms and shift back. So see if you can do 8. And then after you've done however many you're wanting to do, just find your way into child's pose, arms reaching out, or by your sides, or behind your back. When you're ready, coming up to all fours. Whew. We're going to bring the right arm up, opening, and then as you exhale, thread it underneath the left. Just bring your head and shoulder down, lengthening yourself out, sink in. If it feels good for you, you can bring that left arm behind you. When you're ready, pressing back to center, we'll do the other side. So left arm's going to reach up, opening, and as you exhale, bring your arm underneath the right, shoulder down, relax. And then coming back to center, press yourself up, come all the way over. We're going to make our way into seated. So sitting, however, is comfortable for you. We're not going to do much with our legs right at this second. So if this doesn't feel good, you can have your legs out straight in front of you. We're going to take the left hand, you're going to bring the back of the hand to your side. Okay, and then you're going to bring your right hand around, try to grab your elbow, and just gently bring it in. Relax your shoulders. You can let your head drop over to the right if it feels good. When you're ready, head back to center. Release that arm. We'll do the other side. So right back of the hand is on your side. Try to bring your elbow in. Maybe you can grab hold of it. Maybe you want to let your head drop away. On your next inhale, head back to center. We're going to bring the right leg out in front of us. Left sole of the foot to the inside of the right leg. Grab hold of wherever you can reach. See if you can let your left knee relax. And you're just going to slowly come down, just as far as feels good. Maybe gaze down at the knee. On your next inhale, gently press back up, and we'll switch over to the other leg. Lengthening tall, and just sink down. On your next inhale, gently coming up. We're going to take the hands onto the floor, wrists right underneath the shoulders, fingertips facing your toes. Roll your shoulders back. We'll come into reverse tabletop. So you're going to lift your hips up, open through your chest. Maybe your head can drop back. And then on your exhale, you're going to come back down. And we're going to do that a couple of times, and then we're going to try to add on to it. So soles of the feet on the ground, pressing into the hands. Lift your hips high, open through your chest. When you're ready, coming back down. We'll do one more like that. So bringing your palms wide, or your hands wide, press into your palms. Reach up. And then slowly lower down. And we're going to try a little flow here. So you might find that this is very challenging. If you have blocks, you can put your hands on blocks, maybe some books, so if you want to take a second to grab them. But I'll show you what we're doing. We're going to lift up with the hips, and then we're going to see if we can slide back, keeping the booty off the ground. And then we'll come forward and back. A couple of times. So it is challenging. So if you find your booty is still on the ground, just pressing into the hands starts to build that muscle. We'll try one more. And then come all the way up and lower back down. Give yourself a hug. Taking the hands onto the knees, we're going to reach our back as far back as you can. when you're ready for it. Just scoot yourself forward, roll all the way down onto your back, lengthen the arms up over the head. We're going to bring them out into that cactus shape. See if you can get your elbows and your forearms onto the ground. If you can't and your arms are hanging, that's okay. Just find where it's comfortable. Holding here. See if you can spread your fingertips wide, and then maybe you can take your gaze over to the right, letting your left shoulder relax down into the floor. When it feels good, head back to center, over to the other side. When you're ready, head back to center. We're gonna bring the arms down by the sides. We're gonna find our way into a bridge pose. So your palms are down. Your chin is lifted away from your chest, so you have space between the back of your neck and the floor, and you're pressing into the back of the head and the shoulders and not into your neck. And keep looking straight at the ceiling. So if you need to see what's happening, or if you don't really know exactly where I'm going, watch first before you lift your hips off the ground, please. Please, please, please. So keeping the gaze up. When you're ready, you're just gonna press into your heels, squeeze the hips up off the ground, pull your belly in, hanging out here. See if you can maybe lift a little higher. If it feels good for you, maybe you can scoot your shoulders under you, grabbing opposite wrists, maybe clasping your hands, maybe lifting higher. Still keeping the back of your neck off the floor and your gaze at the ceiling. So again, if you need to see what I mean, just come down and then look. We'll take 3 more long breaths here. Keep squeezing your buns up, your belly down. And then bringing your shoulders out if you have them under you. We're going to come back down. Just windscreen knees side to side. When you're ready, we're going to bring the knees right above the hips, arms out to a T, or you can bring them back into that cactus shape if that feels good for you. And we'll just let the knees drop to the right. See if you can let your left shoulder relax back. If you can't, bring the knees further away from you. If you can bring the knees closer. Maybe you can look towards the left. When you're ready, gaze back to center. We'll bring the knees back to center and then over to the other side. So letting them drop over to the left. Try to keep your right shoulder down so the arm can be straight. You can even bring it to your low back if you need to. You can take your knees further away from you. Two more long breaths here. And then when it feels good, gently coming back to center. Draw both knees into your chest. You can rock around. You can take happy baby if you like. Whatever feels good. Maybe taking the knees out and in. Or like you're doing a big steering wheel. Any last movements that feel good for you? And then whenever you're ready, just coming back into center, knees into your chest, give yourself a hug, squeeze at everything that you can. And then as you exhale, release yourself out. Find wherever you want to be for Shavasana. I'm going to have my arms over my head and my knees dropping in today. So you can stay here as long as you want. I'm just going to do 10 long breaths. Try to bring your mind back into your body, just focusing on your breath. Remember when you're ready, if you're coming out of it, just begin to make some small movements, maybe rocking around, maybe stretching out long. Once it feels good for you, you can just roll off onto one side, taking a moment here, beginning to blink your eyes open, and then just gently pressing yourself up to seated. We'll take a long, deep breath, lengthening up towards the ceiling, palms together. Take the hands back down to your heart. Bring your mind back to that intention that you set. And thank you so much for joining me. So I'll be back on Thursday. So if you want to join me then, 10 o'clock. Otherwise, you can still do this morning's class that I accidentally did on the other place whenever it feels good for you. And you can do YouTube, because there's videos on YouTube. If you are not affected by, if your pay is not affected by the whole country and world shutting down and you don't mind sending a donation, there's a link on my Facebook page. You can also send me one via Zelle or PayPal. So just send me a message. I can give you my email for that. Otherwise, please just share, tell everybody about this. If nobody is watching, then there's not really any point for me to make these videos. So the more people, the better. And then maybe I'll start making them more often. Yeah, great. So Annette, if you were able to view this, will you please comment on it? I saw your message halfway through, so hopefully you were able to get on here. Okay, bye.